They said there's a 25% chance that Kirk Cousins gets traded. This is from a source who had it up to as high as 60%, but it looks like the new Vikings coach, the former Rams offensive coordinator, Kevin O'Connell, wants to work with Kirk Cousins. If I am a Vikings fan, I don't like this. I think they should trade him. I think this Super Bowl shows with the talent that you saw at the quarterback positions, especially in the AFC, you're going to have to beat one of these teams. And are you going to be able to beat them with a mediocre quarterback? It's either you have one of the league guys or you don't. And Kirk Cousins has shown he's good enough. You know, he's a above ground pool. I mean, he's a pool. He's solid. You know, it's better than nothing. But is he someone that's going to lead your team to the promised land? No. You've seen multiple receivers, Diggs, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, be frustrated with his play, with his lack of decisiveness. Are you going to feel good? Say if everything breaks your way, like everything broke the Bengals way, and you're playing in the Super Bowl versus Patrick Mahomes, versus Josh Allen, versus Justin Herbert, versus Joe Burrow, versus Deshaun Watson, versus any host of those quarterbacks, do you feel comfortable with Kirk Cousins? So no, it's time to get a first-round pick. There's a lot of thirsty teams. Washington's thirsty. Let's look at the teams here, and we'll talk about Washington in a little bit here. But Washington's really thirsty for a quarterback. Philadelphia's thirsty for a quarterback. Pittsburgh's thirsty for a quarterback. Detroit Lions is thirsty for a quarterback. Houston, Texas is thirsty for a quarterback. The Colts are talking about releasing or trading Carson Wentz. That's a team with its run game that can win now. If I'm the Colts, I might be interested in that trade. Atlanta might be looking for a quarterback of the future. Carolina might be looking for a quarterback. The Saints. So this is definitely going to be a buyer's market if you're a team looking to trade your quarterback. A seller's market. This is definitely a seller's market. This is if you're a team that's looking to trade your quarterback, this is the market for you. So you might say, hey, well, what are we going to do as an organization if we trade a quarterback? Because then that puts us in the carousel. That's a true statement. But at the same time, I think you can find stopgaps until you find a younger guy. You can get a Jameis Winston or a Cam Newton or a Nick Foles or a Carson Wentz, and stopgap yourself until you find the guy of the future. The Vikings are not in a good situation, cap-wise, roster-wise. If you are a Vikings fan, you know that the talent level on this team has eroded from that team that went to the NFC Championship. The defense is not the same. The offensive line still has its issues. It's just not the same team. So, maybe it's time to start to look to possibly rebuild, to take that money off your books, go with a smaller contract so you can plug the holes around, maybe draft a quarterback. There's multiple quarterbacks in the low first round, high second round area. Draft one of them. Maybe you hit on a Dak Prescott type player and you move forward. But with this guy, it's not working. And that's the conservative nature that I've heard. Many people decry, including myself, about the NFL and just sports teams in general. That this guy is not good enough to get you to the promised land, yet you still run it back. And a great way to self-scout is to look at the teams around you and say, hey, can we beat this team? Can we go on the road and beat Aaron Rodgers? Can we go on the road and beat Patrick Mahomes or the Bills? Do we feel good in those scenarios, in those situations? Honestly, the Vikings should have made the playoffs this year. So, I just think it's time for a change. So I would definitely sell high if I was the Vikings. But, the conservative nature of NFL teams have already downgraded the opportunity to trade him, according to the sources. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, so let me know what you think. If you are a Kirk Cousins truther and you think I'm stupid, Let me know, especially if you live in the Minnesota area. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment. I respond to all the comments. It's the game is the game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, you know? The game is a game. Always.